for this morning. I think that has us.
This is it here.
This is it.
Drop anchor.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Florida series. We are in beautiful sunny Florida in the Keys. The water is looking extra fine today. Bluish green. First things first, we are hanging up the dive flag so that other boats know, hey, don't come ripping by here. We're in the water. Wouldn't want somebody to take our head off while we're trying to hunt lobster. Getting chopped by a 300 would definitely ruin your snorkeling trip. In case you are new to my channel, this is a rental boat that me, Ancient, and I have for a little while, and so we're taking it out as many times as possible while we have it, and just seeing what's out here. Snorkeling one day, fishing the next. Got our lobster bag here.
There, you good?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
All right. I'm going in. How's the water feel?
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Just throw those things to you. Tickle stick. Do a quick, whoa, shark scan. And we're good, I think. So when we lobster hunt, we simply find an area where there's some nice coral, and we swim down. We just start looking under all the rocks, and we actually target these kind of coral graveyard areas. You can see they make a lot of nice little caves and spots for lobster to swim under. We've noticed that if we go to places where the corals are really vibrant, healthy, and there are a lot of like those kind of fan-looking things growing and stuff like that, there aren't as many. So we like the areas where the hurricanes have kind of hit, and I see one right here. I'm trying to get my dad's attention. We like the areas where when hurricanes have hit the Keys real hard in the past, they really tear up the coral. And in some areas, they make these kind of like graveyards. You can see like just all the coral bones, if you will, along the bottom there. And it makes nice little caves. And you see there are two lobster, and they're actually located, these ones, by just seeing the tips of the antennas stick out. I didn't even know there were two of them. So I let my dad know, and he's a much better lobster hunter than I am. In fact, I kind of let him do most of it. He enjoys it a lot, and I enjoy filming it. And so he goes down to get him. He did not realize that there was a back door to this. I did, because I swam down there at first, and so I wasn't surprised when one popped out the back trying to get away, and I couldn't quite get him. This is a little bit deeper spot, so it's a little bit more difficult for us. Probably about 15 feet plus. But me Ancient swims down. When he tries to go out the back door, he grabs him, and this was the first lobster of the day.
Nice bag.
When you're catching lobster in Florida, you have to measure them right away before you put them in the bag. You can't catch a bunch and then throw them all in there and measure them later, because anything in the bag does count as a catch. So we measured this one right away, and unfortunately,
About a very 1/8 of an inch.
before this trip, I had a local warn me that we needed to be super careful how we measured the lobster, because the fishing game was very strict. It had to be over that 3-inch mark, or you're going to get a ticket. He said there's no even, if you're a 1/32 of an inch off, they'll give you a ticket. So we had to put that one back, but there was another one under there, and he fled, and so we were in pursuit. And they are quicker than they look. They're not like a crawdad. And he actually makes his way back toward the original cave. We kept trying to chase him, and he goes right back to the cave where we started. This is one of the things we absolutely love about Florida as opposed to Hawaii. Here they just don't have a lot of options, especially in these coral graveyards. Whereas like in Hawaii, you have the massive coral heads. They have so many places to hide, so many deep caves and stuff like that to go back into. And here it's just much easier.
Oh yeah. Is it the same one as before? I don't think so.
Both lobster were very similar in size, but this one was just a tad bigger than the first one. So we got first keeper of the day. We were excited.
Nice strong.
So you can kind of get a glimpse here of what some of the spots were like. So you had almost these like underwater forest areas, and they were really cool, but the lobster didn't seem to be hanging out in these spots. They liked the dead areas. So it was cool to see the underwater tree swaying, if you will, but they liked when everything was all torn up. You can kind of see how he's smelling my camera with his antenna there. I thought that was really cool. So I swam down with this one. And this was a really weak attempt at grabbing a lobster. And I was trying to think, why am I so bad at this? And I think it's because I'm in kind of a crawdad mentality where you can just kind of sneak your hand around behind him and snatch him. You know, I don't know. But right here, I thought I saw the tail of an eel sticking out, a moray eel. So I tried to get the lobster away from the eel first so I could catch it. Moray eels are very vicious. In fact, I seen a video one time of a scuba diver who got bit in the face by an eel. It literally tore his snorkel mask off. So I'm a little nervous around him, and I thought I'm going to try to get the lobster away from there and then try to grab it. But as we looked closer, we realized it wasn't the tail of an eel, it was the tail of a shark. So we had in this one cave a shark chilling with his two lobster buddies, I guess. They must get along real well together because this is the second time we've seen this. So my dad swims down, and what does he do? He grabs the shark, of course. Don't try this at home, guys. They are very flexible and can reach around and bite you.
Don't let it get me. He's trying to get you.
So, my dad is just a beast. Grabbing a shark by the tail. It's not everyone that would do that, that's for sure. As some Floridians told me, they said these sharks can whip around and bite their own tail, so be very careful handling them, and that's why my dad is holding them kind of behind the head. And nurse sharks don't look like they have many teeth, but I have opened the mouth of one, and they have plenty. So, definitely not an activity I recommend for everyone.
Pardon me? What do we do with this? Catch it or cook it? No, you have to be 54 inches. Oh, okay. Well, should we let him go? Alrighty.
So me ancient wanted to keep and eat it, which would have been pretty cool to keep and eat a shark that you caught by hand, but it was undersized. So let the little baby go, and I couldn't help but think, as it was swimming away, I sure hope he's not going off to find his mama. So it got to a point where whenever we saw a rock the size of a tire or bigger, there was a really good chance there was going to be a lobster under it. And this was a nice sized lobster here. In fact, this spot was very convenient because in the top of the rock there was this hole, kind of like a little chimney, and made it very convenient for my dad to flush the lobster out. You can see right here the tickle stick, he's poking it through the chimney and flushes him out and grabs him. This is a nice sized lobster. We were excited about this one.
That's a big one. Kicker lobster. Woo! Nice.
It's really cool when you catch one so big you don't even have to measure it. Kind of like catching a 15, 16, 17-inch bass. Just throw them in the live well. And my dad left me hanging, by the way. This little thing here, not sure what that was. A worm, a parasite, underwater millipede. I don't know. Somebody could enlighten me in the comment section. I'd appreciate it. And then here's a little undersized lobster. I guess when you're too small, you can just go on strolls in the middle of the daytime. Nobody's going to bother you. And I think that's what he was doing. And a little stingray here. I think these are a really neat stingray. They're called round stingray, I just learned. And this was a big one. They only get about 12 inches in diameter max. So always fun seeing those. And then under this rock, which is practically underneath the nose of the boat, this is one of the last places I checked for a lobster, right under the boat. And there was a nice one in there, but I accidentally grabbed him by the head and he got away, and I pulled off both of his antenna. He was trying to flee, though, I realized afterwards, because the little cave he had chosen was not very deep at all. In fact, when I stick the GoPro back there, you can see he's just kind of huddled in the corner. So very vulnerable at that spot. And actually, I started to try to tickle him out of there, and I was like, what am I doing? Just reach back there and grab him. So I did. And it's actually harder to get him out than it appears. He really put up a fight. They're strong. For a little crustacean, they are strong. And pulled him out of there. Definitely looked like a keeper. But then right here, holding him in the water, and he makes a flick of the tail and gets away. But this was kind of interesting because he swims back down, and he doesn't get in the cave, though. He just stays right on the outside, and I was able to grab him again. I don't know if it knew it couldn't go back in its cave because it would just get re-caught again, but it was a nice last catch. And we decided to call it after that, about an hour and a half before sunset, because we just worry about shark activity as the evening comes on. I mean, there's a reason why beach fishermen set out their shark lines about this time. So decided to call it a day. I'll take the catch.
Catch. Woo! Lobster.
That was a good time.
Oh,
tiring, yeah. We didn't see as many as we have before in the past.
Not nearly. Oh, that's always fun in the water.
Ah, that is. So many cool things to see.
I'm gonna let your mama know. Send her a quick text here.
She'll be excited. Although she'll probably ask us why we didn't get more. All right, let's set a course for home. Well, the lobster stayed nice and cold last night. Good net. All right. All right, my friends. Hey, Pooch. How are you doing? Yeah. How are you doing? Alright guys, so we're coming under here to what is usually a bar, and I've turned it into my kitchen here. We're all set up for a nice little lobster breakfast this morning. I've got eggs, bacon, the lobster, butter, spices and all that, and a little cooking setup here, and a couple of plates for my dad and I. And then over here I have this part of the grill open, because I'm going to use that to cook the bacon, since that cooks the longest. I actually got this bacon on sale, 2 for $1, 2 pounds for the price of one. I was all over that. In fact, I bought 4 packs. Now, some of you may be thinking, what, lobster for breakfast? But folks, I tried it in a members only video. Just on a whim. I thought, you know, lobster might, I don't know, be a fun breakfast thing. Might go good with eggs. And so I thought I'd give a little experimentation, and it turned out, it's amazing, as you'll see. So bring this over here. We'll set it on these flames, and I'll just kind of be cooking that pound of bacon while I make everything else. Speaking of members only videos, if you guys want to see a bunch of extra content and get entered into monthly giveaways, for example, this month I'm giving away a $400 Bass Pro Shops gift card. Make sure you check out in the description, becoming a member. It's only $1 per month, and you can cancel anytime. In fact, you can become a member for 1 month, watch all the members only videos, and then cancel if you want. But it's a huge way to support my channel, and it's kind of a fun, it's a much smaller community than my main channel, and you guys get a lot of it. It's great for me, it's great for you guys, and yeah, just check it out in the description. So I'm just gonna cook 2 of the lobster tails this morning. So I got the tails here, and I'm actually gonna take the meat out because we're just gonna saute it. Can't believe how much meat there is in the very tips of the tail. It's amazing. There we go, look at that. That's just, oh man, that's so cool. Lobster, spiny Florida lobster, fresh caught. Slipped right out of there. And then what I'm gonna do is actually cut these up, because the butter, I want the butter to really get in there. Alright, there we go. 2 lobster tails sliced up. Let's come over here. How's the bacon looking? Oh, it's looking good. Let me wipe off my hands here. Take some butter, stick it right on there. Alright, get it all spread out for cooking there, and then I'm going to add just a smidge. You don't want to over-season lobster, I've learned. You can't over-season it, see, because the lobster already tastes amazing, so I'm not going to go too crazy. I'm going to add a nice, pepper's coming out kind of slowly, add a nice little bit of pepper to it, but not too much. And then this is popcorn salt, but it's just the same as regular salt, it's just really fine. And I'm going to just add a little sprinkling to it, and that's it. That's all you need for lobster, in my opinion. I think too many seasonings ruin it, so. Alright, so the first round of bacon is pretty much done. I need to get some paper towels for this, which I will in just a second. Alright, and the lobster looks done. Oh boy, folks, this is coming out real nice here. Real nice. You know, I'm going to pour some of that extra butter over the top there, and then a little extra butter right over the top there. And then watch this. I'm going to take the bacon grease that's in here, set this on the edge. I just have one handle. This is my camping setup. I'm going to pour the bacon grease in there for the eggs. Okay, you see what I'm doing there? Bring over the bacon grease, set it right there. There we go. Add the last egg, just like so. See how that pan's not very warm anymore? I have to turn it up. I'm kind of forced to constantly turn it up and down because it's quite breezy out here, and the breeze keeps blowing away my heat. So it's one of the challenges of cooking outside, but it's all good. Nice thing about eggs is you don't have to be that precise with them. What I was going to do is I was going to use my first cast seasoning, but I don't want that to clash with the nice, like, buttery, bacony eggs, and I just didn't want it to clash, so. Oh, eggs are done. Eggs and bacon and lobster. Hey!
Hey.
I'm just about ready here. Got eggs cooked in bacon grease, lobster cooked in butter, and then bacon is a star all by itself. All right, your forks up.
My goodness, they say.
Lobster breakfast.
Oh my.
Okay, real
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much, Father in heaven, for this food, for your loving kindness in providing it richly. And I ask that you would bless it to our bodies now. In Christ's name.
Amen.
My word.
All right, guys. So I did the lobster breakfast on a whim, and it was so amazing. I was like, we have to do this again. When you take a bite of egg and a bite of lobster together.
In just a second here. I got bite of egg, bite of lobster, bon appetit.
They taste amazing together.
I can't believe that. I mean, I know why it's not a thing like at your local diner.
Yeah, they
because who has lobster? But I'm sure at the Bellagio or somewhere like
probably
that.
some real rich place.
Mm-hmm.
But and then to try to sell it to people at a restaurant, and be like, no, lobster and eggs really do go good together. You know, people are like, yeah,
I'm not risking that money. The thing I love about how you've done this, again, is that you've cooked it. I mean, you didn't boil it to death. You know, so many times lobster ends up being like octopus. Just rank it, you know, just, you trying some bacon, I'll try some. You know, before that I do that, I'm going to cleanse the palate with orange juice.
You got orange juice in these fancy plastic glasses.
All right.
That came with the rental. This is thick cut bacon.
Oh, man. I'm telling you. This is amazing.
This is.
I feel rich as Cretius right now.
Me too. No, my friends, this is something. If you guys vacation in Florida, I have to imagine there are a lot of viewers who do. Rent a boat. That's what we just go to local boat rental. You don't even have to have your own, and go out. And it's amazing how simple it is in terms of, like, every time we've gone out lobster hunting, we've been successful.
Yeah.
They just seem to be under all the rocks, and usually you see their antenna sticking out. You don't even need to, like, it's not that hard. You can see the antenna, you swim down, boom, they're right there. So
yeah, you don't have to go down and search all over while you're snorkeling. You just stay on top, look. Oh, there's one. And then you dive down.
we're just surprised how kind of simple it is. A simple hunting. So. And it's amazing, the results. Cook it for breakfast. Super surprised how good this was. But anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you in the next one.